today we are in the Maldives.
Yeah, exactly. And wow, what a shot that is. I mean, we've got a beautiful view back here, a little bit humid, right? That is, you feel like I don't want to do anything, but we did do some shows, right?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, well done on that one.
Exactly.
And I don't know how long we can handle the heat. So
Yeah.
it must be one of those 20 minutes pack jam with some
Probably,
cool
yes.
information.
It's got to be like that.
Financial Summit was a fantastic way for us to get together to learn a lot about self-custody and many other topics. You've done basically all of them, right?
Exactly, exactly. Yes. You know what? I really like some education on hardware wallets, right? One of the things I learned, which I didn't know, I'll be honest, is that Trezor didn't have a secure element. And what that means is it stores your keys in a secure place that no one can actually, take the device and just take it out. And that was one of the problems with Trezor. But at the same time, if you secure your device, the odds of somebody being able, once they took it, right, they'd have to have really hard, a massive amount of equipment and lots of video cards, a lot of things that only mostly a government agency or something like that would have, or somebody who was targeting you would have that access to that stuff, right? So it was good enough for, the average person, but now it's even better with the Trezor 5 because they do have a secure element. And that's one of the things I learned at the Financial Summit today. And I was like,
The firmware upgrade was interesting for me also because apparently there is a vulnerability. So if a hacker can convince you to download the firmware and upload it, well, it could
with
exploit.
the old version.
With the older version, it could exploit, right? So
Not with the Trezor 5.
Now with the 5, they have a proprietary chip.
Yeah.
Now they fixed that problem. There was a good course on how to store backups, where to store the seed phrase. Because at the end of the day, when you are your own bank, it comes with a hell of a responsibility, right? Because if you do a wrong move, you lose everything.
Exactly, exactly. So you have to be your own bank and responsible. So that means you have to learn all these things, and know which device to use. So I've recently switched from Trezor to Keystone, and I'm happy with Keystone. I did it because I liked the screen, so I could see everything in the transactions, right? And decide, okay, well, I'm going to look on the device. And that was another thing we learned, right? I always knew this, but I think everybody should know, is that you do not accept what is on the computer screen for the hardware device. And you confirm that it's going to the right direction, the right place, the right address, right, on that device. Or else you'll end up with, like Bybit, losing $1.5 billion.
Worth in Ethereum, yeah. That was a big one. And by the way, I read an article this morning. Ben, the CEO, said that most of the funds are still trackable, besides a minus part which has been washed out. But the majority of it, they are following it. Yeah.
Because they've converted it
Into Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Of course.
Notice that. Please, everybody notice that. That's a critical thing to notice. They didn't keep it in Ethereum. Bitcoin. Why? Could it be that they know something?
Something we don't know.
Maybe that just like all us developers and people who are in Bitcoin know, maybe, like Michael Saylor, who's buying, billions of dollars worth, maybe they know that that's right. That will be the default standard. That will be the money. So I'll be there. There you go.
Yeah. Also, I have not done the math. It would be interesting to do it, but to figure it out, ever since the hack has happened, how much Ethereum has been dropping, because they would have lost. If you have 1.5 billion in Ethereum and the token drops 2%, that's a lot of money, right?
True.
So interesting to see how much.
But when you're stealing it, right, it doesn't matter, right? They have 1.5 billion and they lose the half a billion. Yeah.
Tax.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the tax. It's the theft tax.
It's a theft tax.
Exactly. It was a good show this morning as well. We went to some charts. We spread some hopium as always. Do you still believe we could retrace the lower 70 before we pop off again?
You know what? Honestly, if we can just hold the line here, we could not go below the 70 mark. If we can just create a nice little W action right about now, that would be good. But the ifs and buts were cherries and nuts. We'd all have a Merry Christmas. right?
Yeah.
So, since that's the case, right, we have to say, okay, well, odds are it looks like we're going to go lower, right? Then we are going to go higher before we start to take off again. That's what it looks like so far. I mean, last week they said if we just close the weekly candle at 89,000, we could go higher. Yeah, that's true. Ifs and buts and cherries and nuts, kind of true, right?
Somewhere.
Right? And then now that we're past that week, we didn't get above 89,000. Now, if we could just close the week above 88,000, we could just go higher. Yeah, that's true too. Again, another ifs and buts, cherries and nuts kind of deal.
Yeah.
But we gotta wait for, obviously, certain things to happen. And those things have not happened, so stop trying to go, but if it just is this, we can be in the bull market. So instead, embrace the reality. We're not, we're heading lower.
This bull market has been, I mean, you've seen all of them, right? But this one in particular has been very challenging for some people, especially if it was there first. Because we've seen a lot of sideways consolidation, which is usually when people are losing their cool. Because if we go down, people are celebrating because they can buy. If we go up, everyone is happy because they're making profit. But if we go sideways down, sideways up, sideways down, the crab market I think it's called, people are so annoyed because it demotivates people. No one wants to trade, no volatility.
That's a great time to build, make money, earn Bitcoin. That's the time for you guys to dollar cost average and not worry about it. That is your happy time, right? Because now you get to get Bitcoin on the cheap, right? So that you can go, oh, look, number go up. Because honestly, as you get excited, if you are properly in Bitcoin, like me and you are, yes, you'll be excited when prices go higher. Yes, because you go say number go up. My net worth goes up, but you're not spending it. So what does it mean, right? It doesn't mean anything until you spend it. You're looking for the number to go up so that you can spend it in the future. You're happy that it's going up, like it should go up, right? But you're not spending it. And so effectively, you want to be happy when it's going higher because you want to end up with a lot more dollars, which really effectively you want to buy more stuff, right, in the future. You want to secure your wealth, and this is the best way to do that, is to just buy Bitcoin, right? Wait for the number to go yay, yay when it's going sideways because you're buying more Bitcoin, and yay when it's going up. That's it.
This is going to be my last cycle into coins. Like, I'll always have a small bag, but it's going to diminish with time.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
I'm really done with all the shenanigans. I'm a Bitcoin guy. I like Bitcoin. We have fun on the show, but that's a separate story, right?
Yeah. That's gambling, man.
That's exactly. If I want to go to the casino, I'm happy to go to the casino, but I know consciously that I'm going to the casino, right?
Exactly. And it's just $10 here, exactly. $20 here, there, right? And
it's fun.
And securing our bloodlines.
Exactly.
Or impoverishing it.
But when it comes to store wealth, secure my net worth and all these things, I always wanted this to be the last. And if you would have asked me the cycle before, I would have imagined by now, I would have deployed already most of my coin bags. But we have not seen altcoin season yet, and we might won't even see it because the dominance looks like we want to go higher.
Exactly. Same here. I mean, I'm done with the altcoins, and you can see that you should be done with the altcoins. I have a chart that I've had lines show you guys that it's over for the altcoins. Bitcoin is going to absolutely slap everything. You thought your altcoin was going to go higher than B?
Not on today.
That's what Bitcoin's saying. If you do a chart even individually against your favorite alt, it's saying, you must be on drugs, you think this is going higher. That's what Bitcoin, so that Bitcoin chart, that technical chart says to you. You can say all the fundamentals. Well, Solana, it's the meme coin space, and there's going to be another meme coin rally. Yeah, might be true, but Bitcoin's still going to smack the shit out of it.
I don't have enough opium
No.
to back on that one. Like,
yeah,
it's going to go higher, indeed. And if you think about all the Michael Saylor, the Bukeles, Metaplanet, all the company and or countries, they're accumulating Bitcoin. I don't know if you agree, but back in the days in 2017, 2018, the number of coins was much more limited, so it was much more easier to say, hey, I want to diversify per se into Ethereum or into something else. But now there was a point where we had over 20,000 tokens a day.
Exactly.
So
I know, 20,000 tokens a day, new ones. Jesus.
nuts.
That a lot of money went everywhere, and so that's actually dispersed a lot of the money that came into this market, into the crypto market, with all the different meme coins. So it is what it is, and it caused us to have no altcoin season, basically, or a very muted one, actually, because there was a little bit of an altcoin season
there was.
in November, and Bitcoin its dominance did drop a little bit, but it came roaring back really fast.
Yeah, and I think only one or two coins at the top of my head I can remember, they've gone past the all-time high. The majority, I mean, if you think about Chainlink, Cardano, all the old school, even Litecoin for what it's worth.
Ethereum too?
Nothing. Ethereum. Maybe the only option is to wait until Bitcoin goes parabolic and people will start then take profit into some solid blue chips, and maybe by then we will see altcoin season. But time is running out because now we are in March, so we have April, which is technically a good month. Then we go into summer, which is not a good moment.
Yeah.
And then we have the end of the year where things they should move.
Any altcoin season that happens will never compare to the one we saw in 2021, really. I think there was one in 2020, 2021 that just caused the dominance to just like slide heavily, and Bitcoin was left in the dust for quite some time. Then, yeah, you're never going to see that for a long time now. Bitcoin for saying, hey, now it's my turn to shine.
How are you holding on with the weather?
Oh, well, it's a little warm, right?
Yeah,
So,
I'm sweating my soul.
Same here, so really hot.
Yeah, it is really hot. I thought we could have done it later on during the day because it's, I mean, at noon and in the morning, no chance we can do this.
No way.
If we wait another hour, the sun is going down, which means we lose all the light. So the only time we have for the distance is like between 4 and 5, but it's baking, man. I'm feeling it. But guys, thank you so much for watching. We will be recording a lot of content from our trip to Europe, so stay tuned. We can't say where we're going yet, but it's going to be fun, and we're going to do a lot of stuff on the go.
Yeah, definitely. That's going to be fun.
It's going to be epic. So stay tuned. Thank you, Davinci, as always.
Right,
You're a legend.
cheers.
Thank you guys for watching. See you on the next one.
Peace.